everyone, my name is Zara, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a custom pop socket and it's a ramen bowl. So it's actually the ramen bowl from Ponyo. The food in Studio Ghibli films always looks so amazing and I thought that would be a really cool way to decorate my pop socket. So let's get straight into the video. So I'm using a basic pop socket to customize this. You can actually get ones where you can swap the tops, but yeah, this is just a basic one, so unfortunately it doesn't do that. So I started off by drawing around it on a ceramic tile just to get the shape, and then I grabbed some clay. So this is blue, as you can see, and I'm using silk clay mainly because it's really light and it also air dries, so I wouldn't have to have some polymer clay on the back, which can be quite heavy depending on how much you use. And obviously this is going on my phone, so I don't want to be carrying around a heavy thing. So yep, that's the picture of the lovely ramen from Ponyo. So I did the round circle bit, and then I put a base of this orangey coloured clay. And now I did add a bit of texture here, but later on I ended up covering it up, which you will see. So it starts off looking like a little paddling pool, and I did go on to change this. So I moved on to doing the egg, so I got a little bit of white clay and a little bit of yellow clay to make that egg shape, and then I simply pressed this down onto the ramen bowl paddling pool as it is at the moment. So once I'd done the egg, the next food in the ramen bowl are the ham slices. So I grabbed a light pink colour clay and I made two semicircle shapes to make up the shape of the ham, and then I grabbed this beigey coloured clay to do the outer edge and also the line that runs through the middle. Let me know in the comments below what your favourite Studio Ghibli food scene is. I obviously really like this one from Ponyo, and I can't remember which film it is, but I really like the one where they put in the honey into the milk. It just looks really nice because that's a drink that I like. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. I'd be interested to know. Oh, I'm a poet and I don't know it, or do I? And here is how the two ham slices turned out. So I pressed these onto the ramen dish next to the egg, and then I moved on to making the spring onion, or green onion as it's also known. So I use a dark green and a light green. So I pressed down small pieces of the dark green and then I pressed onto the tops some of the light green, and this basically made up the spring onion. And then I used my tweezers to press these onto the ramen dish, and also to add a little bit of detail as well, because obviously spring onion has those rings when you cut it, so it's those ring slices. I then grabbed some yellow clay to add more to the noodle ramen shape, because I wasn't really happy with the orange, and I also wanted the noodles to surround the rest of the food a bit more. So I left some small gaps just so you could see some of the orange as well. And then this is where I was this is too paddly poorly. So I decided to cut this off, and I will fix this later, as you will see soon, because it was just, yeah, it just didn't look like a bowl and I wasn't happy with it. So before I fix that, I stuck this on to the pop socket base with some super glue. Pressed this down, made sure I had enough so that it wouldn't fall off in the future, and then I grabbed some felt tip pens, just normal alcohol markers, just to add in a bit more detail onto the actual ramen bowl. So I did some darkness on the noodles, the ham, and also the spring onion. I then worked on fixing the shape so that it looked more like a bowl. So I rolled out this white clay that I had, and then I used my fingers to shape this into more of a bowl shape, so the lip of a bowl, if that makes sense. And I did use a clay tool as well just to help with the shaping of this too. So if you're enjoying this video, please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'd really appreciate if you could share this as well. It really helps a lot, and I just want to thank you for watching too. So once that had dried, I grabbed a felt tip pen and I started colouring it in, just adding some detail there. So obviously I used blue for the outside, and I already put some on the inside, but this beigey tone for the inside of the bowl, as that's similar to the bowl in Ponyo. So to add in a finishing touch, I put some UV resin over the noodles, mixing out the food as obviously like the ramen water soup will be just over the noodles like in the film. And then you can hold tight and see how it looks at the end of this video. In the meantime, I'm going to be making some actual ramen. So after making the PopSocket, I was craving ramen, so I decided to actually make it in real life. So here is my real life version of the Ponyo ramen. So for the Ponyo ramen in real life, I started off by boiling my egg in this egg machine I have, and then I prepared the ramen noodles, just the usual packet ones. I think this was the beef flavour one, and I set that aside with a plate on the top. Next I grabbed my spring onion or green onion and chopped this up into slices and set that aside, and then I grabbed my ham. So this was quite big, so I cut it down a bit so that it would like fit in the bowl nicely and look really similar to the actual ramen in Ponyo. And then I mixed up my noodles, so I don't know where my chopsticks are, so excuse me, I'm using a fork for this. So yeah, I mixed that up in the ramen soup or water, whatever you want to call it. And then my egg was ready, so I peeled my egg and then I cut this in half later on, so it was ready to go into the bowl. And then I was ready to prepare it all, so I put the ham, spring onion and egg into the bowl, and here is how it turned out. Delicious. So lastly, I stuck my PopSocket onto the back of my phone. It stuck straight away, no issues, and I pulled it up to test it, and yep, it was nice and secure. So here is how it turned out. Let me know what you prefer, the clay one or the ramen I made in real life, or maybe you don't like either. Let me know down below in the comments. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video making a clay PopSocket of ramen, and also ramen in real life. If you did, please leave a like. Please feel free to share this with any of your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!